You're listening to the Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast, and we're here to tell you the WNBA, Catherine Engelbert, has serious problems. And when you take a look at what happened to Caitlin Clark, and you talk about Trinity Carter doing a move like that, you know what? I told you guys when I got into this, half of the players aren't even going to be here, okay, for whatever reason. And Catherine Engelbert, at some point you've got players taking intentional fouls. Foul on Caitlin Clark today. I watched the Aces and the Dream. You got women going at each other on the court. Okay, and here's the deal. This is not the WNBA. You got coaches calling out officials. Folks, let me just explain to you. In the NBA, you know what? If you do a foul like that, you need to go sit for 5 games. You're going to lose some game checks. Okay, this is how the deal works. When you start calling out officials in a press conference, that's a fine. Okay, I understand it's the W, but the W is out of control. This is the Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast, and we're powered up by Fanatics, and we're bringing it to you uncut. And here's the deal, folks. You got a whole new regime of investors coming into the WNBA. And there's a whole new brand of ball player that they're looking for. And this is what's going on now. To wake up on national TV and see that, here's the deal. I understand animosity and the game is a game, but you never ever try to hurt a player intentionally. If you can't beat them fair and square and it don't happen in the action of the play, we all know you're going to get a block. Okay, but you can't just go up and bump a player in the hip trying to cause an injury. And here's the deal, and Money Mike's bringing it to you uncut because I come straight from the NFL. Okay, you don't get in a press conference and start dictating what you're going to talk about. Okay, and I'm going to tell you this, Catherine Engelbert, you got problems. Okay, this is not the product that you want on the floor. And when you start seeing things like this out of women, and folks, let me tell you, I'm sitting right here in Sacramento. We want a WNBA franchise in Sacramento, and no part of Sacramento tolerates that. If you could beat the player, beat the player. Okay, but you ain't got to go out there and hurt the player. Okay, and when you start doing that, bye-bye. Okay, Catherine Engelbert, fines, suspensions, get control of the WNBA. This is the Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast. And we keep it to you uncut. We told you half of y'all players aren't going to be here. And that's a 100% truth. So it is what it is. We'll see you soon. This is the Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast.